Hey everybody, this is Team SNEEP presenting to you in case you missed it. We're going to cover all the spoilers of day 1 to make it a little easier to you. You don't have to go out and search them all. Here it all is in one video. So let's get to it. Dromai, Ash Artist, is our first spoiler. We finally get to see what the Illusionist hero is. So let's go over this real quick. Whenever you pitch a red card, create an Ash token. If you played a red card this turn, dragons you control have go again while attacking. Okay. So, all you gotta do is play some red cards, give your dragons some go agains. Seems pretty self-explanatory, but it's also creating this Ash token, so we're gonna figure out what that is. So that will be in the next spoiler. Here we go. Ash. Material is a new ability. While Ash is under an object, the object has Phantasm. And then you have these Aether Ash Wings, which have Arcane Barrier. So, we're going to get to that a little later, but this is what she makes. She makes these Ash when she pitches red cards, right? And as long as you play a red card this turn, dragons you control have go again. Well, looky here. This is a dragon. We're starting to see a theme here that this is a very red-heavy deck that runs, like an Illusionist, a ton of tokens, right? So they're not auras, they're allies, so they can get attacked here. But they will have Phantasm, so anytime they get attacked, the combat chain is closed. So we're looking at like a go-wide aura, but it's not really aura, so a go-wide dragon ally type style. That seems to be, as far as we've seen so far, what Dromai likes to do. Okay, so let's move on. We have so many. Alright, so let's look at Invoke Dominia. Alright, so Legendary, so you can only have one. Transform target Ash you control into Dominia. Go again, so push the Ash under her, so this will give it Phantasm. And now let's look at what Dominia is. Whenever Dominia attacks a hero, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a red card, which it probably should be if you're building this deck the way it should be built, look at their hand and banish a card from it. That's insane, honestly. So this is on attack trigger, so this is before blocks. So if they have only one card that can break Phantasm, you can take that card away from them. This is a discard effect without any sort of like reaction as far as like D-reacts or anything like that. You can still play instances right now, but regardless, like, this is a very insane piece of the puzzle to like showing the true value of these dragons and the true value of Dromai. It is legendary, so you can only have one, which makes sense of how good this card is, but holy moly. So this is our first dragon that we're seeing that's like a big boy, right? Like, this is a majestic. This is something that you don't want to see your opponent have. Okay, keep moving. Storm of Sandicai. Okay, so here's her weapon. Dragon allies you control have once per turn action, cost 0 to attack. So this is how you can attack with those allies. This is kind of like the Luminaris, except your stuff, this weapon doesn't give them go again. She does on her own, if you play a red card this turn, give your dragons you control go again while attacking. So there is ways to do it. It's just a little different, but that's okay. But making these dragons cost 0 to attack is super essential to getting this deck to really just pop off with all these little Aether Ash Wings going off, and then hell, even giving your Dominia go again as well. So, okay, Silken Form. Now we're looking at a piece of equipment. Instant destroy Silken Form, transfer target Ash you control into an Aether Ash Wing, and then Quell 1. So another new ability. If your hero would be dealt damage, you may pay 1 to prevent 1 of that damage. Something like Arcane Barrier. If you do destroy Silken Form at the beginning of the end step. Now, I think this is very important to note that this is the beginning of the end step. So you could, if you're facing like an Icelander here, they're coming in with some arcane damage, you can pay 1 to prevent 1. And then before the end step occurs, because this is instant speed, you can destroy Silken Form, transform your Ash into an Aether Ashwing all before the card dies. You get maximum value out of the card, which is exactly what you want. So keep that in mind on how to play this card. Moving on, here's an attack action. When you attack a Billowing Mirage, transform up to one Ash you control into an Aether Ashwing. So this is another way just to do it, right? There's going to be a ton of this, turning your Ashes into Aether Ashwings. This is what she likes to do. If you can come in, play this card, right? It's a red card. You pitch one red to do it. Then your dragons have go again. You can come in with this card and then attack with all your other illusionists. It's just, or illusion dragons. It's just that easy with this deck. That's exactly what she's trying to do. And on top of it, it has go again, which it needs, right? Comes in for 3, blocks for 3, so it's a good block as well. Alright. Now we have Rake the Embers, another action. This is not an attack action, but this is an action. Create an Ash token, then transform up to 3 Ash you control into Aether Ashwings. This is the deck, guys. I mean, and this is also a red piece, so you don't even need to come in with attack action to give all your Aether Ashwings go again. This is what the deck's trying to do. Just make some Ashes and then turn on the Aether Ashwings, and there's so many ways you can do it. It's showing us here. Alright, Skittering Sands. Transform target Ash you control into an Aether Ashwing. It gains +3 until the end of turn. Go again. This costs 0. This is really good. This makes it where you can just play the Skittering Sands, right? That's your red card for the day. And now you have go again with all your dragons. And boom, there you go. Like, there's more than likely you're going to have some Ash tokens. If you're pitching red cards, you're creating Ash tokens, right? So you probably have a few here and there that you just haven't been able to transform yet. This allows you to do it, and it's all free, right? So if you had a block with a few cards to keep yourself in a good life total, you can just play this card and then go off from there, right? It doesn't take much, which is very, very good. Okay, moving on. Red Hot. So now we're looking at a Dromai or Phi specialization, because this is just Draconic, right? Both these heroes are Draconic, so either one can play this. Let's read more. Rupture. We know that is if you attack with, or if you have a chain link 4 or higher. When you attack with this, reveal the top X cards of your deck, where X is the number of Draconic chain links you control. Deal damage equal to the number of red cards revealed this way to any target, then shuffle. So it's just like an off the top. It's like there's like just off the top and just dealing damage that way. It's not even arcane damage, so arcane barrier can't stop this. And it comes in for 4. It does cost 2, so it is pretty cost heavy. This might be something that's a little harder to really get off and get going, but the payoff is definitely there. We'll see. I mean, like, it doesn't really take much to come in on a Rupture. It doesn't take much. All you need is 4 Aether Ashwings attacking with go again, and then boom, you have you have Rupture. So it's not too hard to do with little resources, but Red Hot costing 2 could really present a problem here. That's why it's a rare and not a majestic. It's not the easiest thing to do, but it comes in for 4 and has this awesome ability. This might be something that Phi might do better, but we'll find out. So moving on. Now we have Lava Burst. Rupture. If Lava Burst plays Chain Link 4 or higher, it has +3. Cost 0, comes in for 5. That's pretty good. I mean, we'll definitely take that. It blocks 3, so it's like there's really no point in not playing this. It can pitch when it needs to, and it can come in for 5 when it needs to. So it's a good card. Cost 0. That's really what we like here. I mean, if we're running a red heavy deck, we need zeros. So yeah. All right. So we got 2 more. Pull up Discord for these last 2 here. Sand Cover. Target Ash you control gains Ward 4 until the end of turn. This is very relevant because you're going to be dealing with Icelander if you're playing as Dromai. And you're gonna need some way to prevent some damage, and this allows you to. Just making your Ash allow you, like, prevent 4 damage is great. It costs 0. That's what we want. It's an instant. Obviously, we need it to be that. It doesn't block, so it's a little dicey. But truthfully, you don't need to block against Arcane, right? Like, Arcane doesn't ever really come at you in attack actions, so you know it's fine to have it not block as long as you're blocking the arcane damage itself, which this allows you to do. One problem that Dromai can have because of all the red is being able to pitch to prevent arcane. This is the way to get around it, so I think this is a very good balance. I'm thinking we're looking at a pretty good balance here for the Icelander, so you don't just get arcaned out. Okay, and then finally, the last one is Burn Them All. Once per turn, when a dragon you control attacks, it deals 1 arcane damage to each opposing hero. So, presenting arcane here. At the beginning of your end phase, put a raise counter on Burn Them All, then destroy it unless you banish a red card from your graveyard for each raise counter on it. This is a majestic, and it really shows. So it costs 0, perfect, that's what we want. It blocks for 3, okay, awesome. And it's an aura, so it's going to stick around here. This is basically Dromai's version of Merciful Retribution. It doesn't get attacked, so it does stay around for as long as you can possibly keep it around. I think it's well enough to, like, really put pressure on your opponent and really just get damage through. Because you don't even have to hit to deal 1 arcane damage. All you have to do is attack with these things, and they cost 0 to attack. Dromai's looking very strong. She's looking like you're seeing like an aggro illusionist sort of deal. We'll see where this goes. We have many more days of spoilers with many more spoilers to come, so stick with us. We'll make one every day to cover in case you miss it. So thanks guys for listening. I will definitely be doing a more thorough breakdown by the time the whole set is revealed. Just to know how to play sealed and limited with this. But until then, we'll keep on doing the spoilers and we'll keep on chopping away. So I'll see you guys in the next video.